This is Chicago.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to the next episode of All for the Love of Chicago podcast. I'm Lisa Nucci at Choose Chicago. Kristen is out on a very special adventure, which I'm sure she'll get to at our next podcast. But I have a amazing co-host. Welcome to the All for the Love podcast, Clarissa Flores. We're so excited you're here.
Thank you. I'm super excited to be here.
You are like the perfect example of a co-host, and I have a bio for you. And I try to make bios not boring, but like you touch on so many things that make this city and the hospitality and sports industry so amazing. But I'm going to tell our audience who may not know about you a little bit about you, if that's okay.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
All right. You are a Chicago native. Whitney Young, grad, right? We were just talking about that. Michelle Obama,
Whitney Young,
yes.
Dolphins. Should have been a Dolphin.
Amazing. Former Northwestern basketball standout. And if you Google your name, there's so much about your time at Northwestern. You spent about 20 years helping shape some of the city's most exciting dining and nightlife experiences. And I feel like it should be nightlife experiences in Chicago equals TAO. You've been, You've worked as the director of operations for TAO Hospitality Group, overseeing that, like such a cool, I'm going to call hottest nightclub. Can I say that in Chicago? You were also the founder of Level Sporting Club, which is a month old, right? We're going to dig into that. And you are a champion for all things women in sports, hospitality, lifelong sports fan. We are so glad you're here. Welcome.
Thank you.
To the All for the Love of Chicago podcast. So I know you're my co-host, but we ask all our guests, and you are a special guest in my heart. What do you love about Chicago?
It's a loaded question because there's so many things that I
break
love.
it down for us.
Yes, I will break it down. I think first and foremost, obviously, I think everyone talks about it, are our beaches. And just being on the water to me is, the most stunning thing about Chicago. But after that, I would say, and I'm sure guests have said this before, but our neighborhoods, our neighborhoods have so much soul. We're a big world-class city with smaller neighborhoods and soul. So, being able to go to a Pilsen or a Little Village, being able to go to Chinatown for some of the best dim sum, being able to go to Greek Town for some, authentic Greek food. The culture and the soul of the city is absolutely unmatched. And then, lastly, I think the other thing, the food, obviously, the food. And, being the sports Mecca of America is, I'm so proud of the city, and the name of this podcast, All for the Love of Chicago, just really spoke to me. So I love it.
Amazing. Okay. So where did you grow up?
So I grew up in Lincoln Park.
Which I feel like is like quintessential Chicago.
It really is.
Like, did you just you could go to the beach when you were younger? Like, how was it like being raised in Lincoln Park? Yes. We're gonna divert here because I'm very curious about that.
So I grew up in Lincoln Park before what it is now. So I grew up playing in the streets of Lincoln Park. I grew up playing basketball in the park districts. I grew up being able to take my bike 10 minutes east and going straight to the lake, and going to the lake with my friends. I grew up going to Lincoln Park Zoo and eating at Lou Malnati's Pizza.
Yes.
So yes, it is so quintessential. It is it's a big city, but tree-lined streets, neighborhood feel, again, that soul that I talked about earlier. There are phenomenal cities in America, but the soul and the love that we have for the cities is unbelievable.
And it's hard because people will say, people from Chicago are so nice or we're helpful, or I know we're going to talk to Nadia in a little bit and I'm excited to see what she says, but it's hard to know when you're from here how it is and not that other destinations don't have amazing things about them, but it is something super special to be from Chicago. Your days at Northwestern.
Yeah.
Wildcats.
Yes. Go Cats.
Right? Is it a Wildcat?
Yeah,
right?
Wildcat. Go Cats.
Because so many famous people are from Northwestern.
Yeah.
So talk to me about your time there.
Yeah. So, I was blessed. I played basketball at Whitney Young, and I knew 20 years ago that I could not make a career out of women's sports. Obviously that's changed where we're at right now and where we sit at today. So I knew, well, I'm not going to make a career out of women's sports. I might as well do the next best thing and go to one of the most prestigious universities in the country, stay at home. And that was the one thing. I didn't want to leave home. I didn't want to leave Chicago, So I stayed here and I represented for for the city and stayed at Northwestern. I got recruited to DePaul, but chose Northwestern, and it was the best decision of my life. And it was unbelievable. Being a student athlete is not easy.
Yeah.
But Northwestern, sets you up for success. And again, Northwestern on the lakefront. If there's something you want to do in Chicago, take a 20-minute drive up north to Evanston. Go look at our campus. Our campus is right on the water. We have, brand new football facility. We have, our lacrosse facilities overlooking Lake Michigan. I mean, it is the most beautiful campuses you'll ever see in your life.
You guys have a crazy alumni crew.
We do.
Yeah. I mean, I went to Iowa, so Hawkeyes are up
okay,
there.
Okay,
yes.
boo. Sorry. Did I say that out
okay.
loud? Yeah.
It's okay. I'm like, it's fine. But the alumni group, and I think that's what people may know this, but like the college community, not just people that like the alumni groups from like other cities and states, but also like people go to college or university in Chicago. You have DePaul, you have Roosevelt, you have City College, you have all these options, and then they just stay here.
Yeah.
And build their life here. And I think that's really exciting.
Yeah. Everyone stays. And, the people that do come here and visit, I've never heard someone come to Chicago and say, oh, it was okay. No, people come to Chicago and they're like, this is the best city in the world.
Yeah.
And it really is. They come to school, they stay here. I have friends from 20, 30 years ago from school that, came to school here and stayed, and they're still here and they've never left, just like myself.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, so obviously, Choose Chicago is a DMO organization. We're in the business of getting people to come to Chicago for vacation and live and love on the city. And a big part of that is the experience here, which is hospitality. And so, like, TAO to me is intimidating.
Yeah.
It's like very cool.
Yeah.
It'd be cool to go there and cool to do things. Like, how long has TAO been around for?
So TAO in Chicago's opened in 2018.
Yes.
TAO is the #1 hospitality group in the world.
Yes.
So this is kind of like their staple project here in Chicago. But yeah, since 2018, it's not just nightlife, but it's also restaurant. People forget about the restaurant experience.
Well, we're here. There's a restaurant.
Yes, there's a restaurant. We have an amazing Sunday brunch.
Yes.
But yeah, it speaks to what Chicago is, which is world-class hospitality. We have some of the best restaurants in the world here. Our culinary scene is, top 3 in the world, easily. So yeah, I mean, TAO fits right into that culture.
And it's in the Gold Coast, right?
River North.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's just like every time I see people that go there, I'm like, I'm so jealous.
Yeah.
You're like very cool. But I want to talk about your new business.
Yeah.
This is such a big thing. I know it's a big thing for you, but it's such a big thing for Chicago, such a big thing for Wrigleyville.
Yeah. So Level Sporting Club is a Chicago sports bar.
Yeah.
So Chicago sports bars are institutions here, right? But we've never had one that really prioritized women's sports. And, being a former athlete, being a women's sports fan, I'm having Nadia, who's going to be on here a little bit later. We're not just a sports city. We're now a women's sports city. And, I wanted Level Sporting Club is my love letter to Chicago. Chicago built me, built my career. It built my life. It shaped who I am. And this Level Sporting Club is my love letter and giving back to the city that so deserves a home for women's sports.
I mean, how long have you had this idea in your head? Because this isn't something, Wrigleyville is like the bar Mecca of like the city. How long have you been thinking about this?
Yeah, so it's been a few years. I saw the first ever women's sports bar open up a few years ago. And the second I saw that, I was like, I am doing that in my city. I am putting on for Chicago. And I'm giving back, and I'm doing that in my city. I've done it in the biggest scale in the world with the TAO Group, and I've owned venues 55,000 square feet. This one I wanted to do for us, by us. My investors are all women. I have the first full-time Black NFL coach. In Jennifer King. I have a head coach of UIC women's basketball. I have an MIT basketball player. I have a University of Chicago soccer player. My chef, she played soccer for the University of Texas and is a two-time Bib Gourmand. Wow. And to do it, like you said, in the entertainment district of Chicago, I didn't want to be on the outskirts.
Yeah.
I wanted to take my table in the heart of where women's sports should be.
I mean, it's fantastic, right? Because you're going to get people that are coming for the Cubs game, that are looking for a place to go. Yeah. I also think being able to expose people to women's sports that may just don't ever tune it onto their TV. I was looking at a few of the news clips online, but the experience. Yeah. People walk in, what can they expect?
Yeah, so that's the biggest thing in hospitality is giving people an experience. Yep. So the experience is very much like, if you remember that show Cheers, you want to go where everyone knows your name. We're family. You walk in, we've been open a month and we already have regulars. We have our family in there.
That.
Yeah. So yeah, the experience is amazing. Upstairs, it's, the sports bar vibe, loud games, beers, shots. And then downstairs, I have a piano bar. It's loungy, it's sexy. I've got live piano down there. So I've got 2 different vibes for everyone.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
How can people find out more information about
so
Level Sporting Club?
levelsportingclub.com, is our website, and then Level Sporting Club on all social media.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have to talk about who brought us together.
Yeah.
Bon Jovi.
Yes. He's a great dude.
He is. We were at the James Beard Impact Awards, which was I left that event being like, yes.
I was like, I want to do that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it was bringing together people within the hospitality and culinary space over James Beard weekend, and they were honoring people who are taking their skills and craft and paying it forward and giving back and helping the restaurant community through various ways. And Bon Jovi was there, and him and his wife were being honored with an award for their restaurant. Is it in New Jersey?
New Jersey.
New Jersey.
Yeah.
And he was there, and he was right next to us.
Yes.
And he is just everything you want him to be.
Yeah, I think we were speechless for a while.
Yeah.
Which was okay. And this is how we bonded.
Yes.
We saw Bon Jovi and became speechless. But yeah, I mean, the Impact Awards were such an impact. So that was amazing. But I'd love that we bonded over that, and here we are.
And now I was laughing because I feel like I'm seeing him everywhere.
Yeah.
Like he's on the cover of People magazine.
Is he?
So I was in the airport and I'm like, there he is.
Yeah.
Like an old pal.
Yeah.
And so I love that he is the one that brought us together. And before we, welcome our special guest, people want hidden gems in the city. Like they want to come, they want to be a tourist, but they also want to know what like the cool people are doing.
Yeah.
So what are some like 5 recommendations? Like you're coming to Chicago, check this out. Yeah. I'm going to put you on the spot here.
No, I love it. This is my city. It's our city. So I can speak about Chicago all day, every day. Definitely, like I mentioned earlier, go sit and have a drink on the beach.
Yep.
Then go support some of the local small business restaurants in Little Village and Pilsen and, Wrigleyville with Level Sporting Club. Definitely, I'm sure people are going to hear this time and time again, but take the boat tour on the river. Yes. I live here. I've been here my whole life. I still do the boat tours. Definitely have Chicago tavern style pizza. 1,000%.
What's your recommendation of?
So I love Tortorisi. Yes. Tortorisi is amazing. Again, small business owner.
So I used to butcher that name.
Yes.
They're like tortoises. Tortellini. Yeah. How do you pronounce it?
Tortorisi.
Tortorisi. So good.
So good. So good.
I'm so sorry to that small business, but I did order a lot.
Getting some local candy from Dulcelandia to family owned.
Yes.
The
piñata
company.
game there.
The piñata game is insane there.
And they have multiple locations.
Yeah.
Yes.
And just support Chicago and support small businesses. And, everyone that I mentioned is a small business. So yeah.
I love that. Well, thank you so much for being my co-host today. And now we're going to go to We're Loving It. Special guest. Can't wait for it. All right, we're back with We're Loving It. I am super excited for our next guest. Nadia Rawlinson is co-owner, operating chairman, and lead governor of the Chicago Sky, where she helps lead one of the WNBA's premier franchises during a transformative era for women's sports. A longtime Chicagoland resident, Nadia built an accomplished executive career spanning technology and corporate leadership, bringing that experience to professional basketball. We're so excited to talk to her about the Chicago Sky, but also the WNBA All-Star Weekend that will be coming to Chicago in just a few short days, and what this moment means not only for the Sky, but also for Chicago. Welcome, Nadia.
Thank you.
Welcome to the All for the Love of Chicago
This
podcast.
is great. I'm happy to be here. This is clearly the room to be in, so I appreciate the invitation.
It is. So many exciting things happening.
Yes.
But like we do with all our guests, I want to start off with asking you, what do you love most about Chicago?
What do I love most about Chicago? I think the summertime, shy.
Yes.
There's nothing like Chicago during the summer, and it's something that has made like an impression on me from a young age. It is 8 p.m. It's still light outside. During the summers, you're just outside having fun with your friends. When I was younger in high school, we used to just walk up and down the lakefront, go on the metro train downtown from the burbs where I lived, to just really just absorb the city. And so that's left an imprint on me.
I love that. There's
Yeah.
just such an endless amount of things to do.
Exactly.
Right. And
Yes.
there's no bedtime. There's
Yeah.
no,
It just feels
like let's
Yes.
just keep it going until we all pass out.
yeah, literally, that's what it feels like. Yeah.
I love that.
It's great.
Well, you have such an impressive background. And I know we talked a little bit about your bio, but can you talk to us about you, how you got to where you are, where you started? A little bit of your history would be fantastic.
Great. Well, so I grew up in the north suburbs of Chicago, and I went and finished high school at Lake Forest High School, public school kid, ended up going to school out west, but came back to Chicago over the course of between 18 and now, probably lived in Chicago 4 or 5 different times over the course of the ensuing decades.
Nice.
Moved downtown, had my 20s downtown and really discovering myself. Worked at a company that was out in the suburbs in Elmhurst and driving back and forth into the city and what that life was like in my early 20s to, getting married and then moving back here with my spouse and sort of really grounding our lives as young married adults together. That was pretty seminal for me too. But really, it's just really being a kid that really was focused on school. For most of my childhood, education was highly prized in my family. And no matter what, that's where you really could make a difference. And then from there, just really tried to pursue any, sort of wild and audacious dream that I had over the course of my life. So
That's amazing. I mean, I love that you kept coming back to
Yeah,
Chicago.
for sure.
What do you think is the draw?
The community, quite honestly, it's the people. There's, people, if you're outside of Chicago, talk about the Midwestern values. And I think Chicagoans really embody that. When people ask how you're doing, they actually care. You bring people into your homes. I used to say when I lived in New York or, San Francisco, it's like, well, it was in New York, your apartments are too small to bring people over. In San Francisco, things are just the rent's too high, whatever.
Yeah.
So everyone was just really enjoying sort of getting to know each other outside. But there's something about being in Chicago, going to someone's house, breaking bread, having dinner, going to hang out in their backyard because there's a, cookout, or you're watching the game because, we are clearly a sports city.
Yes, we're going to get to that.
I mean, it's just iconic in a different way that, it really was a place that really felt like home. And when my husband and I had the opportunity right before COVID to say, okay, this COVID thing, we don't know how this is going to shake out. Where do we actually want to build our life?
Yeah.
And Chicago was a place. So we decamped from LA, actually.
You came from LA to Chicago.
LA to Chicago, which no one does, by the way. They
No.
usually go the opposite. But we
It is
did.
usually the opposite.
Yeah, but we said, we could be anywhere. And so Chicago was it.
That's great. I love that. It's like Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Like LA is to this,
Yes.
New York.
No, it really
Chicago
is.
is
It truly is that. It really
Chicago
was.
is just right. And it's so interesting. And I know, Clarissa, you're a Chicagoan too, and I am as well. But when people move here and they don't know anyone, I'm like, talk to me in 3 months. You'll
Right.
be just
Agreed.
fine.
Yeah.
Agreed.
It is. It's just so for anyone looking to move to Chicago and they're taking the risk, they'll feel at home soon enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. She said it perfectly. It's the culture and the community here.
Yeah.
So let's talk about women's basketball. The WNBA Sky.
Sure.
Such an amazing franchise. They're right across the street from our office with my Chris is right there. I want to talk about how is it going? What does the team look like? And then we can get into All-Star.
Sure.
Yeah.
So I feel privileged to be a part of the Sky as an organization, not just as a co-owner, but actually as someone who's operating and leading the franchise. So I left my career. I was in tech and out in Silicon Valley and then down in Southern California, and said, what do I want to do with my life? I want to do something that's bigger than myself and be a part of something that actually was affirming in the world and that had sort of a larger footprint in a way. And I'd never anticipated it being sports. I know we didn't talk about this about my upbringing. I thought you would bring it up. I did not play sports growing up. I was not the D1 basketball player. Didn't even have dreams for that. I just knew my lane. That was it. I cared a lot about women and I cared a lot about women winning. And throughout my career, I spent a lot of time creating spaces and cultures where everyone could thrive, irrespective of who they were and where they came from. And particularly within commercial enterprises like private companies or publicly traded Fortune 500 companies. It was important for people to be seen. And if there's one thing about the W and women's sports, it was for so long underappreciated, underinvested in, and ignored.
Yes.
And so I took it as a challenge to say, okay, watch me work.
Yeah.
Let's figure this out. And one of the things I think I do well is, looking at situations and seeing around corners that other people don't see. And I saw that women's sports and specifically the WNBA had a lot of, sort of really great foundational things about it. And there were certain structural things that were about to change, i.e. the CBA, the collective bargaining agreement, was coming up to be renewed within the next 18 months. And then also the television rights deal, which if you follow sports in any business related capacity, you know that that's how franchises make money, is through the media rights. And so we can sort of turn the page on the chapter where franchises were not getting the right sort of destination television watching or engagement, and also that, players weren't being paid enough in order for that to be their full-time main job. And so that was an opportunity for me to say, okay, this is something that I want to be a part of. And what can I do to help other women win and do this through sports and women's sports in the WNBA. And the Chicago Sky is the one.
It's amazing. I remember going to games when I was younger. I bring my kids there now. I feel like every year, you can definitely tell under your leadership, it's picking up pace, and Chicago is a sports town and the Sky is part of that. This must really resonate with you.
Yeah, I've had the pleasure of watching Nadia work and do her work for women's sports, and a cultural shift is happening right now.
For sure.
And that's large in part to what you're doing for women's sports. So thank you for that. Again, like I said, I've had the pleasure of watching you do this for us and for women's sports. So not only is Chicago the sports mecca of America, but now we are the women's sports mecca of America. And that's, again, thank you to the Chicago Sky, the Fire, the Red Stars. So, it's the shift is happening not just around the world, but specifically here in Chicago. And the WNBA All-Star brings that visibility because, as we know, visibility is equity. And, thank you for that as well, Nadia.
I know. So we talk about Chicago's having a moment.
Yeah.
And I'm trademarking that, by the way. I'm like, it's ours. Putting it on shirts. But you are all a part of that. So let's talk about All-Star.
Yes.
30th anniversary, right?
30th anniversary for the league.
Love an anniversary.
Yes, love an anniversary. 30 years in the making. As LL Cool J said, don't call it a comeback. We've been here literally for years.
Yes.
And so this is the moment to highlight that and remind people who we are. Not just as a franchise, not just as a league, but as a city as well. And I didn't think there would be any other place that the All-Star should be hosted other than Chicago for the very reasons we just spoke about over these last few minutes. So it's a really significant moment to sort of highlight, the platform of the W and I truly think out of all the women's sports, women's basketball, professional basketball is really leading the way. And what a better place to showcase that. So we were very excited to, make a bid to host the All-Star Weekend. We did host a few years back. It was during COVID, so it was a little bit of a different time. And
to say the least.
Yes. And since that time, the W has exploded. The attention around All-Star Weekend for the WNBA has exploded. So there's a new standard of what this will be. So you will see something that is unlike any other WNBA All-Star Weekend you've been to, on par with Super Bowl, on par with any of the All-Stars for the MLB, for the NBA, and we're bringing it home to Chicago. So the weekend is happening July 23rd through 25th, just a few days from now.
We'll put the information here for those of you who are watching.
And there's many different ways that anyone in Chicago can engage, both from coming to the actual game on Saturday at United Center. And you just mentioned we typically play the WNBA games at Wintrust Arena, which is great because it's in the neighborhood of South Loop. You can walk to it, bring your families. Now we thought it was appropriate for us to go to the house that Jordan built and show them what women can do. And so we're playing the game at United Center, which has been amazing. Yeah.
I love that.
So it's Saturday the 25th. It's when the game happens, but we also have Friday back to Wintrust Arena for our skills competition. So anyone can come and see that. That's really fun. Just think of it as an exhibition of all the best that,
Those are
W
always
has to
my
offer.
favorite, though.
Like, I think that's where the energy is, You get to I want to see the 3-point con. Let's
Right.
go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So what? So who do you think? Who are you looking forward to see in the skills competition?
Everyone.
Yeah.
I know that's like a cop out, but it's truly the showcase. I want to see the best of everyone. So I'm really excited about that. And we're having watch parties all across the city. At certain bars, let me know.
Yeah, what bar?
Perhaps Level 40 Club.
We've been in partnership. Yeah,
We have been. Yeah, it's been an amazing partnership.
sure.
I've been open a little over a month now, and the Sky's been a tremendous part of the success and what I'm doing over there. And WNBA All Star. This is we're going to do it on the Sky, the city of
Collective,
Chicago.
yeah.
Us as a collective, we're doing this on the largest scale in the world. And even I know like hotels are sold out.
Yep.
Yes.
Every venue in Chicago's booked.
Every venue.
Every
Yes.
venue in Chicago's booked.
Restaurants.
I think that just speaks to like when Chicago does something,
We do it.
And I
Yes.
hate to be like, bing, but like never done, never outdone, which I know that it just speaks to like being able to take on an event and make it bigger. Like the
Yes.
whole city is involved in this.
Yes.
And so I feel like people who are coming to Chicago might stumble upon this, and you're going to have all new fans too, which is so exciting.
If anyone, regardless of your political affiliation, should go and see Obama Presidential Center.
Yeah.
It is a testament to the best of America, I think.
Yeah.
And their parks are open. It's open to the public for people to just go, which is fantastic. It's very accessible. Again, very much part of Chicago. It's about community and connection. But we thought it'd be a great venue to host a couple of our activities that week. So the host committee for the WNBA All-Star Weekend is a collection of civic leaders, business owners, just general partners and sponsors who've been affiliated with the Sky to come and say, we're linking arms to showcase what all of these areas of the city can be. And so we're having a number of events that our host committee is putting on. So one, we're doing we actually have a VIP reception just for our host committee to say thank you for your checks, and your support and your checks to make this happen, right? This is not free, let's be clear, which is fine because everything that matters, you have to invest in it, right? So our host committee stepped up to the plate to do so. So we're having our VIP host committee reception on Tuesday of All-Star Week. The weekend doesn't officially start till Thursday, but Tuesday we're doing that for our host committee. And then Thursday, we're kicking off All-Star Weekend with the Media and Innovation Summit at Obama Presidential Center.
Wow. Tell us about that.
So this is incredible. So if anyone has ever been to the NBA's All-Star Weekend, they have their tech summit, which has luminaries in tech that come and speak. Quite honestly, especially from a business perspective, that's the best part of the weekend in addition to the game. And I wanted to do our version of that for the W. So we're doing Media and Innovation, the M&I Summit, at Obama Presidential Center on home court. So it's apropos. We're doing it on the basketball court. And we're bringing together athletes, owners, other people who are in policy, talking about online health and safety for athletes and women, and legislation that's going on around that. We have sponsors from Gatorade to Pinterest to Magellan to JP Morgan. I mean, everyone that's decided to show up and say some of these topics that we're talking about, like the path to ownership for those who may not have thought of ownership. How do you do that within a sports franchise? We're talking about that. Talking about media and what role media has played in the explosion of the league and women's sports in general. Then we're talking about, women athletes and how we need to be centered, right? Often when you think about the research for any type of wellness and support for athletes is based on a male prototype, from even the way that shoes are made, sort of basketball shoes are based on the male foot. But there's certain needs and insights that women athletes need to know about for their own bodies to optimize their own performance. So we're talking about that and what's the science behind that. So we have a number of panels for our Media and Innovation Summit, which would be fantastic. So the Obama Presidential Center and the Obama Foundation have been tremendous partners of ours. They're literally part of the Sky family.
I love that.
In so many ways. I know you had Michael Strautmanis on recently. He's been, they come to our games all the time. He in particular, Tina Chen, is also one of our investors and season ticket holders from the very beginning, which is over 20 years at the Sky. And so we're very close to the OPC and the foundation. So we feel pretty honored that we're able to kick off our events there.
I think the thing with All-Star Weekend, I worked on All-Star when the NBA was here last time.
Yeah.
Advocacy and community almost take over the main event.
Yeah.
Now,
No, but I mean, it's just they rise in importance to the game, if not
Said
yes.
better. Yeah. Rise to the occasion. I'm like, they take over. I mean, I
But
know that.
yes.
And there's just so many other cool things that people could take part of. Like, what other things should people, if they're heading down to Chicago, that you would recommend they check out during All-Star Weekend?
So as I said, the skills
Game,
competition
skills competition
on Friday, going to any of the watch parties, I think are fantastic. We also, to your point around community, we'll put this on our website. We'll put that website up when we can, because I want to make sure everyone has the exact address for it that has all the schedule of events. But we are doing our legacy project, which is called the Line 'em Up Initiative.
Okay.
And Line 'em, and you're familiar with that. So what does that mean? So the WNBA and Chicago Sky have partnered together to really bring attention to women in playing basketball. So we're putting the fire orange line, 3-point line, on as many public basketball courts in Chicago Park districts that we can. So we started in Inglewood, back in March. It was right when the snow just melted, because we were like, okay, we can be outside. Let's go, paint the line. To do that, because right now, when you go to the public parks or any basketball court that you see, either the 3-point line is drawn for a high school 3-point line, which is closer into the basket, or it's the professional men's 3-point line.
Wow.
It's not the WNBA's 3-point line, which is in between. And so when you want to go and play basketball as a woman, as any girl, any boy or girl can say that women belong here.
It is just so crazy.
Yeah.
It just took probably someone to say.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, sometimes we can't be it if you don't see it. Right. And we also know that, legends are made and destroyed on basketball courts in the park. So we want to make sure that everyone can, have their chance to do that, girls and boys.
That's fantastic. And now I think anyone who lives in Chicago, when they're on the basketball court, that's going to have a lot more meaning for them.
And when they see that, they're like, got it.
As a mom of 2 crazy girls.
Yes.
They're very young right now. I appreciate that. So thank you so
and
much.
I have a 2.5-year-old girl too, so I understand. So I want this to be so ubiquitous that no matter what you see on TV, it's just sports, or it's just basketball, or it's just baseball, or it's just hockey. It's not men's or women's.
Yes.
And hopefully with our younger generation, this will be true.
Yeah.
That is a great segue about looking ahead. Post All-Star, post all this, like, what are you hoping that All-Star Weekend, the upcoming season, what do you think what's that next phase?
Next
I know
phase,
that's a big question. I was going to say softball question, but wrong sport. But
a layup? No, this was not a layup. But I would say, what's next? So I have big ambitions for the Sky. And maybe you guys can hold me to it since we're here and we're on camera.
You will.
Yeah.
You're like, yes.
Your accountability to be here. Yeah.
I would like for the Chicago Sky to build our own arena that's for the WNBA by WNBA franchise. We shouldn't have to play in a college arena. We shouldn't have to play in the United Center that is owned by an NBA and men's hockey team. It should be ours. And I would love for that to be true in the city of Chicago. So that's the ambition to do. That's going to be 5 to 7 to 10 years from now, God willing. And we are talking about it and talking with the right people. And first, let's make sure the Bears figure their stuff out.
Right.
But that notwithstanding, that's the goal. And to create a place where it's live, work, play around this arena, that you can have youth sports there. You can have the WNBA play their games at an arena that's purpose-built for us, that we can have, I would love to have, tech incubators around women athletics that's there too. So it's this ecosystem that feeds on itself.
Yeah.
And that you can have concerts and events that are just for or centered on women, not only, but this is the anchor, again, that we are centered. And so that's the ambition right now.
I love that. Are there any other cities that you look at that you're like them, or could Chicago be the first?
I would so there are other cities that are thinking about it.
Yeah.
No one has actually done it. And
there's the challenge. We love a challenge.
Don't we?
Yeah.
And
Indeed
so
we do.
Yes. So it's like, say less.
Yeah.
What we can do. But we create the standard. So.
And I'm sure you would love that too.
Oh my God, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
That's why when I said earlier, we are the women's sports city of America, this is exactly why.
We're going to put all the information and how people can check out All-Star Weekend, buy tickets, get involved, figure out things to do.
It's going to be amazing.
Yes.
There's so many activations around the city. We hope to see everyone there. One of the best parts about this work is that we believe that everyone can find connection and community within the WNBA, no matter who you are or where you're from. And if you're a fan, if you're a casual fan, if you're a serious fan, this is the moment where we all can come together. So bring your friends, bring your kids, bring your family. Everyone, let's just enjoy a kick-ass week that's about to happen.
I love that.
Yeah.
I want to say thank you so much.
Yes.
WNBA All-Star Games coming up. We have all the information. We're going to share it. Make sure you tune into the Sky's social channels, but also choose his channels because we're going to be there on site covering it and making sure everybody knows where to go, what to see, and what to do. You're the best. So much appreciate you being in Chicago and being a leader for women's sports. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. So now we're going to go to Let's Chicago with Joni and Fabi.
Welcome to Let's Chicago, the segment of the podcast where we talk about things going on in the city that you can do right now. I'm Joni.
And I'm Fabiola.
So let's get into it. We've got some great summery stuff happening this July in Chicago. I want to start.
Okay.
Because it's very near and dear to my heart.
Mm-hmm.
This year is the 100th anniversary of Rainbow Cone.
Oof, yes.
The Rainbow Cone Centennial. And July 19th, my birthday.
Your birthday, everyone.
Is
remember.
National Ice Cream Day. So put the two together, have Rainbow Cone on National Ice Cream Day on July 19th. A Rainbow Cone, if you don't know, obviously iconic Chicago tradition that has been around for 100 years. The first location is in Beverly on the south side on Western Ave.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see it if you drive by. It's this cool pink castle-y looking building.
It's really cute.
Yeah, this big patio in the back. You can sit and eat your rainbow cone. And a rainbow cone is a 5-layer stacked cone. They're in slabs. That's kind of their thing. There's 5 slabs and it's kind of roughly a rainbow gradient of colors.
Yeah.
And the flavors are, I'm going to do them right.
Yeah, rattle it.
Orange sherbet, pistachio, Palmer House.
Yes.
Which is New York vanilla, cherries, and walnut. Strawberry and chocolate.
Did you get it?
Yes, I did. And
Nailed
I got
it.
it in an order. Yes. So, yeah, I always say it's not summer until you get a rainbow cone, but that's a lie because I eat them year round.
Mm.
So
I've got to get one. I've got to say I've never had one. I need to. I know it feels embarrassing to say.
Okay, we're going on July 19th, National Ice Cream Day.
For your birthday.
And there's also so many other locations. You can get a rainbow cone right outside the Shed Aquarium, a museum campus. You can get one on Navy Pier. You can get one on Division Street in Wicker Park. You're never too far from a rainbow cone. How great.
Love it.
Okay, and then later in July, Chicago Gospel Fest.
Yeah.
July 24th and 25th, Millennium Park, one of the free Millennium Park festivals from DCase. Gospel music, has very Chicago roots. Yeah. And seeing gospel music in the park, with choirs and just feeling it, dancing, singing, picnicking.
Right. Perfect weather. I mean, anything in the park is going to be beautiful.
Yeah.
So.
But Gospel Fest really hits.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah. At peak summer. Yeah. Can't wait to go.
All righty. Well, I'm going to be focusing on a few neighborhood festivals that are near and dear to my heart. First one kicking off in Chinatown Summer Fair, happening July 25th to 26th. So this is just going to be a celebration of Eastern culture, food, music, dance, and I think there's going to be even some lion dragon dancing. I know you love that.
Love the lion dancers. Yes.
Yeah, but it's completely free. And I always love being in Chinatown. They have Mango Mango. Shout out Mango Mango, one of my favorites.
Mm-hmm.
So there's one. The next one is the Wicker Park Fest. I go every year since I've lived here. It is one of the coolest festivals, stretching from, that Wicker Park kind of almost down to Westtown. But it is food, music, concerts. I think I've discovered some of my favorite DJs there.
I totally believe that.
Yeah. I was walking around and heard some music, followed the music, and that's how
who are you?
Literally.
Yes.
So I'll definitely be there this year. And the last one is Fiesta del Sol, which is a family-friendly festival happening in Pilsen.
Yes.
So you're hitting a lot of these like beautiful neighborhoods that really do festivals in their own kind of neighborhoody way.
Right. Like they all have their own like flavor, vibe.
Yeah.
And these are all like giant festivals.
Yeah,
Where you
for
can find
sure.
so many different things to do.
Yeah.
And eat and drink
You
and
could
dance
go as a date. You can go with your group of friends. You could go with your family. You can go by yourself and just do some shopping. So yeah, I will be hitting all three up that last weekend of July for sure.
to. We got a busy July.
Yeah.
Once again, I love it. Good problem to have.
That's right. All right. Well, if you'd like to hear any more about what to do for the summer or all year long, please visit choosechicago.com or follow us.
Follow us on social media, of course, at Choose Chicago. And follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at All for the Love of Chicago. See you next time.
Bye.
That's a wrap on this episode of All for the Love of Chicago. Thank you for joining us and sticking around to the end. Be sure to rate, review, and subscribe to our show on your podcast streaming platform of choice, and visit our YouTube channel to watch each episode. Follow Choose Chicago and All for the Love of Chicago on all the social channels. Let us know what you want to hear about in the show comments. You can visit choosechicago.com to find details on concerts, festivals, and events and performances of every kind all year round. Our producers are Lisa Nucci and me, Stephen Crano from Choose Chicago. Our theme music is by Blake Daniels. Want to share your All for the Love of Chicago story? Post a video and tag us on social. Don't forget to use the hashtag All for the Love of Chicago. We might just feature it on our accounts. See you next time.